Good morning, everybody. Welcome, YouTube. We are doing our Wednesday Mastermind live on YouTube. We do this Monday through Friday, and our call is actually 24 hours a day. But on Wednesday, we do it live on YouTube. And today's topic is eBay dead? And I'm gonna say yes. For people who focus on anything except for these two things, eBay is dead to you. Okay, so there's only two things that I care about and the people in the group care about, which is how do you increase traffic? Number one. Number two, how do you improve conversion rate? If you're not thinking about those two things, eBay is dead. All day long, I think about how to get more customers into my store. And that's usually better items, better optimized. Maybe I pay for traffic with promoted listings. And the other side of it is, how do I get more of those people to buy? So if people come to my store and every single item is $100 bill listed at $500 plus $20 shipping, even if I get 100 million people to come see my listing, nobody will buy it because it's not a good deal, right? And then the other side is I could have $100 bill for $25, but list incorrectly and nobody can find it. That's it. There's only two different ways to improve your eBay store. If you think about anything else, eBay is dead. If you think about, you know what, I don't have enough time today, instead of what can I do with the time I have today? If you think about, oh, you know what, I haven't been listing consistently. What am I supposed to do? Instead of what can I do to list more consistently? If you don't shift your mindset to what can you do with what you have, you will fail and eBay will be dead because it's hard. There's millions of people trying to make it work, and they think about that, and it will take 100% of your full effort to make your sales work. There's no such thing as kind of doing eBay and then being successful. I've never seen it. So just think about how can you get more people? What causes more people to come to your store? And the other side of it is what causes those people to actually stay on your listing and buy something. So if you don't think about those two things, it's over. All right.
Something that I saw in one of your new videos
Yep.
with dealing with Dalton or something I thought was pretty interesting. He says, because I've just gotten into running newsletters and things like that, which is a different topic, but he says he'll run a coupon at 15%, but then he'll send his buyers a 20% discount, which I thought was interesting. So what I've started doing the same thing. I've got here, we're currently running a coupon for 15% off, but to make things even better for you, here's a 20% discount. And just little things like that, I feel like can make quite a big difference to your conversion rate. But I'm not too sure. How effective do you think that will be?
Okay, so that's two things. When you do a markdown sale, a couple things happen. If it's more than 10%, all the people who are watching that item get a ping, they get notified if they haven't had too many notifications. So if they're eligible, they get a note, hey, this item is on sale, buy it. That's one. So that's more traffic, right? More people now look at your thing. That's the markdown. If you do an offer to watcher, that's also a direct messaging form to the customer to get them to buy. So the three most effective things you can do is lower your price manually. So go into the listing, it was $20, now mark it down to 15, so $5 off. Then you could run a 50% off sale. So now it's $7.50. And then now all these people watch it. You send another 33% coupon and they can buy it for $5. Now, here's the thing though, you have a $20 item and now it's only $5, right? So, but what did that do? Way more people will look at it because it's $5. So think about how many places higher will rank now because it's $5. And then also the chances of buying it are probably pretty good because it's way cheaper now. So here's one thing that a lot of people do is they artificially mark their items up and they have best offer. When you mark your item higher in price, you lower the traffic going to it. Hopefully that makes everyone out there, does that make sense? So if you're a beginner, you don't need best offer. If you're looking for every tool in the book, you would never artificially raise your price, because that is the opposite of getting more traffic. You would price it at where you want it to be. If you have a coupon, that's on top of it. That's you being extra aggressive, right? So as an example, you're renting an apartment, somebody comes, you're like, it's $2,000 a month, and they're like, I don't know if I want to pay $2,000 a month. And you say, oh, you know what? How about free parking? And they're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll consider. Okay, how about 1 month free? Okay, no, I don't know. How about 2 months free? That's what promotions are. People think that promotions are how you sell something. How you sell something is the rent in the area is 3,000 and you charge 2,000. Your place is going to be rented, and no matter what the condition is, because it's so desirable. People need a place to live. Yours is really cheap. They'll overlook cockroaches. They'll overlook a stain on the sleeve. They'll overlook that you put together this, coffee mug with glue because it's cheap. So, guys, eBay is dead. If you don't think about these two things, and you need to think about it all day. Catherine, what's up?
So of all those options that you can use to promote, do you feel like there's one that's more important than another to get that conversion rate?
Sorry, I was on mute. I think the most important thing is to learn how to sell without promotions. That's number one. Number two, anything you do that lowers the price has the same effect. So the most effective one is the visible one. So a coupon of 50% off on a $20 item means that's $10 if they check out with the code Neil is awesome, right? They type in Neil is awesome, they get $10 off. But if they never click on it, they never see the coupon, Neil is awesome. So that's less effective than just making the item $10. Right? And if it's $10 with no best offer, it's less desirable than $10 with best offer, because someone can come in there and lowball Neil and get it for 50 cents. They can say, you know what? I know you want $10, but how about 50 cents? I'll pay right now. That's not a good deal, but that's more effective. All the things that are visible, promoted listings is more effective than no promoted listings, because you can see the item. The thing is, you shouldn't rely on, these are crutches. That's why on the eBay white papers that we were talking about earlier, eBay promotions is number 9. There's 12 classes for you to take to learn how to do eBay. eBay promotions is number 9. Everybody logs in and skips the first 8 classes and goes to number 9. That's why when I first put it out, I made it so you couldn't skip classes. Like, you have to do this in order, and everyone complains, so I turned that off. So now you can do the class however you want to, but please do the beginning part of it where you learn like how to sell something without it. When I first did the Restart Nirvana store, I didn't have a store. So there was no options to do any promotions. I had no money. So I was impatient. And what I did was, okay, right now I have no money. What I have to do is find the best items that I can. So I don't want to waste any time. So I'm going to price my item 30% below market. So the item sells for $20, $14 on mine. Right? That's the only tool you have when you're just starting. So I put $14, no best offer, no promotions, no markdown, no coupon, nothing. And I had a 7% daily sell-through rate. So like with 100 items, I was selling 7 a day with this strategy until I got big enough and then I wasn't as desperate. Then I started to raise the price. So everyone here actually needs to have like this problem in the beginning where you're selling things too fast. If you don't have that problem, you're not learning how to do eBay right. Because we're not teaching get the biggest store possible with no sales. That's really not what we're doing here. So when people say, I've been doing eBay for 20 years, or I have a 3,000 item eBay store, or I have 500,000 followers, or I have 20 likes on my item, I already know their eBay store is dead. Poshmark says we have 80 million poshers that are live on the website selling something. When people say that, you know that the company's in trouble. Why would you say that? Who cares how many Poshmark people are on the site? How many of them sell things, and how much are they selling? But if you come into the meeting and say, I make 6 figures profit a year on eBay, and I support my family, and we have a savings account, and we make more than we spend. Sorry. Then the conversation is totally different. Lead with your sales. So, okay, if somebody were to come in, let's say your sales are slow and you have one sale. If you came in with the mindset, I have 500 items listed and only one sale per day on average. That's not a very good sell-through rate, but that's something. And then say, how do I get the 2 sales a day? And reverse engineer that, then you'll be fine. eBay will never be dead again. And you want to get this is from Tech. So a lot of stuff this morning is ideas I've adapted from Tech, because he actually knows how to do eBay. The idea is we want to get as many sales as possible. Everybody get that? Please write that down, because who knows how long we're going to be here together. We want to get as many sales as possible. Time is short. So if you have to sell things for a lower amount of profit, that's okay. I give you permission to sell an item for $2 profit instead of not selling at all. So when I first started, there were books that I was selling that only made 10 cents, but that's the market. The book Baby Wise, it sells 8,000 times a day. If you price it 10 cents too high, it will not sell. There's too many of them. Everybody uses that book. Okay, and why does that book sell 8,000 times a day? Anybody know? Why does the book Baby Wise sell 8,000 times a day?
I guess it's a good book, Chris.
But what do you, okay, it's a great book, but it's solving a problem. And the problem is how to get your baby to sleep through the night.
It's not a great book. Don't buy it. Please don't buy it.
I like it. So anyway, my point is people will pay anything to get their baby to sleep through the night. Anything. Like $500 and my baby will sleep through the night. Okay, when can you come? It's like really important, right? In this group, it's $35. Some people are complaining. What would you pay to get your sales to be consistent? You wouldn't pay everything. If you have consistent sales, you can pay for anything. I don't get why this group is not like way bigger, because if you get one sale more per day, that's thousands of dollars a year more. Anyway, I think if you don't really think about how to get more sales, that is more traffic and more conversion. That's it. If you don't focus on those 2 things, your sales will be horrible, because everything else is unrelated. You're having a bad day. Does that help you get more traffic? Does that help more people buy? Is there an icon on your listing that says, I'm having a bad day today? I've never seen that icon. It wouldn't work. Some people will be like, good. Some people will be happy that you're having a bad day. So no one, because you're having a bad day, they're going to buy your item that's priced too high. It just doesn't work. And there's been people in the group or online that have been starting over. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that's bad is that you don't have enough traffic and you don't have enough conversion. That's it. You don't even have to subscribe to the group. If you just focus for 5 years on how to get more traffic and more conversion, you'll be rich. Because so few people do that. If you think about anything like, like for example, my wife is in Montreal for the next 4 days. My baby doesn't care. Nobody cares. Like no one's gonna say, you know what? Oh, these next 4 days are gonna be really busy for you, so I'm gonna give you an extra $100. That just doesn't work. No one cares. All your problems don't matter. They don't get you more traffic and they don't get you more conversion. If you're trying to get a date this weekend, it's the same. How many people can you talk to, and what's going to increase the likelihood that they're going to go on a date with you? please just think about life like this. It's easier. Instead of thinking about anything else related to why people may not go on a date with you. Why would they want to go on a date with you? Focus on that. Imagine if you started with like, I'm not a very good conversationalist. I talk all the time, only about myself, or best offer. And someone was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go on a date with you on Friday if you don't talk about yourself the whole time. No one's going to make an offer. They just go to the next person who doesn't do that. Okay, so I think everyone should just try this for a month. Turn off best offer and still get sales. You don't need best offer. Everyone, like 90% of people price their item way too high with best offer, and people just scroll right on by. It's like you got, this is not a very good term, but you've got an amazing body, but you're wearing a trench coat. So no one's going to get to it. It's advertised improperly. Just everyone has great items, but they're priced way too high. Okay, I'm done. Sorry for the diatribe this morning. I was just feeling excited about like people aren't thinking about the right thing. I just want you to think about how can more people come here? How can they convert? YouTube channel is the same thing. A YouTube channel is a listing. You guys know that the title and thumbnail are exactly the same as eBay, and your content is the item specifics. So if I say today we're going to talk about is eBay dead, and I talk about plush, people will unsubscribe. But today I'm talking about the fact that it will be dead if you don't think about how to increase your conversion rate and how to get more people to come to your store. You're in big trouble. Neil, what's up?
Hi, Chris. Yeah, talking about turning the best offer off. I actually had a mixing deck that was up for sale for £125, and I had an offer for 90 this morning, and I took the offer. I thought the 125 was a reasonable price, but the £90 I didn't need to wait for all the money, so I took the £90. So I kind of thought that was quite a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. So let me back up for a second with the best offer. I'm not saying don't use best offer. I recommend using best offer. I'm just saying you have to have everything going and have best offer. So this is what you need to do. If you want to date for this weekend, you need to say, I'm really successful. I'm independent on my own. I'm a great listener. I'll support you and emotionally and physically for life. I'm super loyal and I'm open for suggestion. And there's best offer. I'm the best option for you for a date this weekend, and you can make requests. I'm just saying, if you don't have all of that right now, it might be too competitive. It's hard. Everybody's looking for a date this weekend. You want to be the hottest date for this weekend, the most eligible single person, you have to have everything going for you. It's like this, like especially men are very judged on what they do, right? What do you do? So there's a lot. If you say you don't do anything, people aren't going to want to hang out with you. I'm planning my high school reunion right now, my 20-year reunion. There are people who have done literally nothing the last 20 years, zero. I can't believe it. Like a long time has passed. So what are we going to do the next 20 years? I have to speak again, and I'm thinking that because I was class president, so I have to plan the reunions forever. And I was thinking it's very sensitive. Okay, here's the thing. My goal for the reunion is to get as many people to come as possible. That's the goal, right? And so my secretary was like, I want to do $75 black tie event. I said, okay, what is your goal? Is your goal to have 30 people come? We have a class of 550 people. If you make a black tie affair for $75, some people don't want to dress up. Some people don't have $75. That you're eliminating a huge amount of the people that can come to this event. like, and if I go too cheap, if I say, you know what, bring your own pizza at the park, that's kind of a terrible event. I don't know if people would do that. Like, can you get your own fast food on the way to the 20-year reunion? That's not exciting. Nobody wants to go to that. So you have to be careful and think about how to get more people to come. So you got to make it desirable. So last time, just like our high school had a bus for people that were homeless. They would go get the kids and bring them to school. It's not marked, no one knew, right? So for the 10-year reunion, I put, if you can't afford it, we'll figure it out. So just come anyway. I don't want you to not come because you don't have money for the high school reunion. It's $20. The rest of the class will cover you. Don't worry about it, right? And I probably would say maybe 8 people out of 125 couldn't afford it, but I didn't make them feel bad, so they still came, right? And a bunch of people chipped in to them. I was like, hey, if you guys have extra money, chip in, because some people don't have extra money, and it worked. It was fine. We raised $300 for charity. Everybody came. It was a good time, but you have to think about what you're trying to do. A lot of people have a $75 black tie event for their eBay listing. It's priced too high and it's too fancy. So you've got to just like dumb it down to whatever it is. And somebody says eBay isn't dead, but hard work is dying. I mean, there's something to that, but I think that people aren't on the right mindset. The right mindset should be, how can you help as many people as possible? Because if people think like that, then they don't worry about the hard work part. If you only think about helping yourself, then you know what? If I have to go get a job, that's way harder than just sitting here. So then you don't need to. If you only care about helping yourself, you don't need to do anything. If you want to help other people, then you start going out. Like if you have a family, you need to support them. Now you need to go get money. Then you start being creative and thinking about how to do it. I was just thinking about this before we go to Jen. I've never had to worry about food. I didn't grow up rich, but like some people talk about not knowing where food comes from. I've never experienced that. Like that must make you a different level person. If you're like, wow, I only have enough food for today. I don't have food for tomorrow. I don't know what that's like. So that is different. And if you have a family, like the people who overcome that, sometimes they can't forget. The people who overcome that, like they didn't have food, sometimes those people are still like that, even though they have millions of dollars. Just focus on that. But Jen, what's up?
Yeah. So what do you think is more attractive to a buyer then, since we're trying to sell more items, attract buyers? If you're looking at a listing and you see a little note in the upper left-hand corner that says get 25% off, or is having the item initially priced lower more attractive? And I ask this because I have a lot of items on sale right now, but there's also my newer items aren't on sale. And I'm just wondering, do buyers want to see that they're getting a discount, or do buyers just want to see, oh my God, that's a great deal, I need to buy it now before someone else does?
Jen, are you dating anyone?
No.
Okay. How fast do you determine whether or not you want to date someone?
Oh, the minute I smell them. Oh yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you say that you're honest, because everyone does.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, so there's a lot of clues when people look at a listing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got title, thumbnail, price, shipping, before you get to the promotion. Okay.
So I've just clicked on a bag that looked great.
But I'm saying,
and now I'm on that listing.
But I'm saying that there could
before
be
they even get there.
Yes, my problem is there could be a really great guy that presented himself improperly to you, and you've already dismissed him as soon as he walks in the door. So you never got to know him. You never got to meet his personality. You didn't know that he owns oil. You didn't know that because you dismissed him immediately. That's what a lot of people's listings are like.
But again, looking at this listing that says get 50%, get 25% off in the upper left-hand corner, or have it not say that.
But no, I'm just saying that, of course, that's better, but they need to click into the listing to see that.
So, okay.
Does that make
But
sense?
I'm trying to answer a specific question for myself on what I need to do
Okay.
today. Should I,
Okay.
because I'm going to go through 100 listings. Do I want to manually lower the price or just give them that percentage off?
Okay. Are
That's
you thinking
time.
about lowering it through a coupon or
Like just
markdown?
going into each item and lowering it, doing research
Or
again
what-
on those items and lowering it,
Or what's the other option?
or just discount it with a coupon or something.
Okay. So let's work through this mentally.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way, next time you have this question, you'll know how to figure it out.
Mhm.
What brings more people to your listing? A coupon or marking it down? Let's think about it.
Honestly, I don't know, because if my price, if
Yes,
they're
you do.
searching for something and mine comes to the top of the queue because it's automatically lowered.
Okay. I'll give you the answer. Wait, should I give you the
Am I
answer?
being, this is like, you're making me feel really stupid here. I mean, to me, this is like, I don't know what I'm missing.
I know. That's why I'm trying to teach you how to do this.
Okay, well, it's
Okay.
making me feel really stupid.
No, I'm not. But I'm making thousands of people feel really stupid right now because this is like I'm forcing you to learn. Okay, so
I'm
have a
seeing
list.
very different answers here. So on the chat. So, okay, it's not me.
Okay, if you mark it down, everyone that at least 10%, everyone that was watching it gets an email. So that's, or if they're eligible, so that's more traffic, right?
Mhm.
More traffic because the price is now lower. So a few different things happen. Maybe you should write this down because this is huge. You ready,
Mhm.
Jen? First thing that happens is the people who are watching it get an email. That's more traffic. That's good. Second thing that happens, it ranks higher. Okay, because it's cheaper. So if people look at low to high or they look at best match, eBay is more likely to recommend your item because it's priced lower. Okay, so
Okay.
if your question is how do I get more traffic, the answer is markdown. But you ready for the big but? If you wanted to increase conversion, coupon would be more effective, but you have to get people in the door first. So let me give you the example. You ready? This is the dating example. Hopefully this makes sense. If you get a haircut right before you put your online dating profile and you dress nice, acceptable, and you look like a fun guy, you're outside hiking, right? And then you decide that on top of that, you're going to post a screenshot of your bank account. Okay. That to me is like lowering, it's like making it more desirable. More people will click on it because you got a better deal, right? But the conversion part is after they're on the profile, you put, I also love dogs and I have 2 beautiful German Shepherds and I'm a dog person, I'm very caring. That's the coupon. It's like, yes, now I want to date this person. I already wanted to date this person. Now I really, really want to date this person. That's your listing. The coupon is the conversion tool. The markdown is to get people in the door. Hopefully that
So
makes sense.
manually lowering the price is not a good idea. Physically going in, revising the listing and lowering the price by $2 is not a good idea. Markdown is better.
It's similar.
Well, okay, see, because that was, do I spend the time going in and manually marking down each item, just going in and decreasing the price, or do I actually do a markdown promotion?
Okay, so I'll tell you, this is I'm glad that you're asking these questions because this is great. All of those will work. If you lower the price manually, also customers will know if it's becoming a better deal and you'll rank higher. That's one way of increasing traffic. If you mark down all your items at once, that's less work because you're doing more than one item at the same time.
Mhm.
However, you might accidentally mark down items that are already a good deal because they would have sold anyway. So if you do it one by one, I personally don't think that's a waste of time because you're looking at it, okay, what do I think is competitive for this bag? Boom. If you mark everything down 25%, it's kind of lazy and you don't really know. One item would have sold anyway. One item,
I mean, I've sold items that I did not mean to mark down for sure.
right.
I've got frustrated as hell by it. So
okay, so this is how I look at that. We're going back to our, because I'm now turning into daily refinement dating coach. Okay, you ready? So if in your profile picture you get a new haircut, you've got a beautiful dog, you've got a beautiful house in the back, and you put a "I own this" sign in the window, so people really know that you own the house. Picture of your bank account. At this point, it's overkill. They're already going to click on your profile. You're already awesome. Right? So this is like lowering the price when you don't need to. You don't need, they're already dating. You're already married to them. You can stop selling now. You don't have to keep adding them. So this is the answer. All three of those increase sales. And this is part of the gen method. The only thing that you didn't add is, should I also spend today increasing my promoted listings rate? Right? That's the gen method. Mark it down, coupon, higher promoted listing, all of the things. I'm just saying that maybe you are a beautiful person and you don't need to do all this. They're going to buy it anyway. That's good personality, look good, healthy. That's like 90% of it.
Okay. So, I mean, I think just as an exercise on my older listings, which they're rapidly disappearing, going into each listing and just checking it out is not a bad idea. Because I find mistakes every single time. So
yeah, I don't think it's just mistakes you find doing it that way. I think trends change rapidly. So what might have been hot a year ago and it's still sitting. I mean, maybe it was just item specifics that were bad at that time that weren't selling it, but now it's not even trendy. So Terapeak's only been available so long. So like, I think it's good to go back individually and really kind of it's like a reevaluation of the items you were picking, and you can kind of, and then it's really easy to gauge if this was just a bad buy or a bad listing,
All right. Thanks.
I'm just responding to people on YouTube. Hopefully in YouTube, my explanation makes it makes sense. The reason why I wanted her to write it down is not to distract her from listening. The idea is when you write things down, it's another way to learn. So if you mark down your items, if you offer promotion, if you add a coupon, all of these things increase traffic. Does that make sense to people? If you guys haven't seen, so guys, there's no point in worrying about if the market has shifted, if we're in a depression, because Sam Walton, everyone should this weekend read Made in America. Sam Walton, he like made $100 billion in his life, and he started Walmart. And you know what he said? He said, I'm going to opt out of the recessions. I don't want that to apply to me. Like, you guys can have a recession. I'm good. I'm going to continue to grow Walmart regardless of the economic environment. You can have a recession. I'm good. I don't want, so for those of you listening right now, your eBay sales can be dead. Mine are not going to be. Even though, guess how crazy this is? I don't even have an eBay store and my eBay sales are not dead, because I'm figuring out a way to get my account back the right way. There's a way to do it. There's a way for me to get enough goodwill for the company that they will give me an account back. I'm positive. There's been multiple people who have told me it's not permanent. I haven't unlocked it yet. And I haven't figured out how to get my account back. It will happen. So it's interesting. Hopefully this makes sense to people. I don't know. For those of you in YouTube land, is this making sense? Hopefully it does make sense. Yeah, it's a really quick and easy book. I think it's awesome. But anyway, he said that the recession doesn't apply to him. So I love that. The recession doesn't apply to us. We're going to figure out how to make it work anyway. The economic recession doesn't go all the way down to your items in your store. Christine, what's up?
Well, I was going to ask about Jen's question. If she is to lower her prices, because I've been looking at mine and I'm thinking my mind was price a little bit higher, have a 20% off coupon, and take offers. I know now that that's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It's just
It's not good.
it's not wrong, but there's a better way to advertise your item.
yes.
I think what people don't understand is when when I'm using a coupon, it's to make sure the person buys. It's not
Yes.
required.
Right.
It's not required.
So the question is on the coupon. So if because some of my items are priced probably about $3 or $4 more than everybody else, because I was trying to, give myself a little buffer for offers. So if I not mark down, if it's not marked down, I'll bring the price down a little bit, but then, or price it at market. And then the coupon inside, if they click on it because it's a good price, and then the coupon is in there, I have a 20% coupon. Would it be okay? Or is it 10% coupon? Just, I spit on your 10%, or do I need to keep it at 20?
So this is how I kind of look at it. Some sales don't really do much, right? So if I say I'm coming to pick you up in a Honda Accord, nothing wrong with that. It's just not necessarily more exciting. It's like a 10% discount. If I say I'm coming to pick you up in a BMW, okay, a little bit more exciting. That's like maybe a 40% discount. So it's like more likely that people get excited about that. If you say I'm going to pick you up in a Ferrari, that's like a 90% discount. It's cool. People are like, oh, that's interesting. It's cool. Or horse and carriage, or I'm going to pick you up on my private jet, or I have an amazing personality, and when I smile, it will melt your heart. That's pretty good. That's like a 90% off sale. It's solid. So like, if people never meet you, you're screwed. You got to get people in the door first and then close them when they're there. That's why like Tech always makes the joke that he's the hottest girl at the club. That's on purpose. He works to get that status. I'm gonna wake up the baby. He works to get that status. No one is the hottest girl at the club by accident. Okay, it takes some practice. You still gotta present yourself properly. Just that's what it is.
It takes practice to get out of that Lamborghini with high heels on and a short skirt.
No,
I
just like
have to say that.
I know. It's just like
Yeah, and you kind of made me think of another analogy talking about like different levels of like cars, picking them up, and it's segue back to the beginning of the combo, like markdowns opposed to just the right price. And it kind of made me think, it's like, oh, I'm picking you up in a limo, but then you pull up in some 80s Cadillac limo. And it's like, yeah, you're not fooling me. Yeah, it's a limo,
that's
but
very true.
And it kind of makes me think of like, right. And I think Jeannie said in the beginning of this convo, like, don't use these markdowns to justify overpricing. I mean, look at Amazon. They have no best offers and they're doing penny wars over there. So, and they're selling great. So, I mean, price is very important, but the key is to, as you get established, to be able to use everything, use everything right and not be using one tool to fix another tool to, make sure they all make sense.
Okay, so this could, let me see, eBay does $7 billion in sales a year. So eBay is down, but let's look at this. Okay. I think yesterday eBay did like $200 million in sales yesterday, right? Even though it might be a recession, yesterday eBay sold more than Poshmark will in this year. Okay, your job is to go out there and get some sales. There's not like, it's not to the point where you can't make sales. The economy didn't shut down, and it doesn't. Okay, this is going to trigger some people. The recession doesn't apply to you. It doesn't. We're all so insignificant. Okay, you guys tell me, does the recession really, are you so big that the the country affects you as a person? I just don't believe that. Who here is that big of a deal that their company is so big that the recession directly influences them? I don't think so. The postal rates went up. It went up for everyone. It'll go up again in a couple of months for holidays. Wait. What's Jeannie's comment? I didn't see Jeannie. Oh, Jeannie says, best offer, don't overprice. Yes, I agree. People, and this is exactly right. Jeannie nailed it. Jeannie said, people put best offer to justify overpricing the item. That's exactly right. That's right.
So when you say don't overprice, do you mean don't go over the market price? Like don't,
Yeah. Don't go over the market price.
okay. Like the average whatever that
If
we
the
get
item
off the
is worth,
therapy.
okay, let me ask you guys if you're fooled. If I price $100 bill at $300 and it's 66% off and it's $100 now, did I trick you? Do you think, wow, this is a way better deal? It's 66% off. I don't think, I think it actually makes you feel dumb because it's not supposed to be priced at 300. And it took a lot of work to do that. You had, like Christine, you might be spending a lot of time thinking about how to mark items up and mark items down when you don't even need to do that in the beginning. Like they don't do that in normal commerce. When you go meet somebody at the market, they don't say, it's $5 a pound, but it was $6 on a pound. It's 20% off today. People can't even do the math in their head. They don't know what you're talking about. It just, how much is it?
You know how many times I see in markets where something will be $3, but then they'll have a sale for 3 for 10,
Yeah.
and people buy it. It's like, okay, that sale means that you just bought it for 33 cents more than the normal price.
Yep.
There's some kind of strange psychology and pricing strategy where you just put a sign up and people will buy it.
Yeah. It's just every single promotion works. Guys, it all works. Every single detail matters. Every single thing matters. When you're going on a date and you're trying to decide, Jen, when she decides in a heartbeat whether or not she wants to go on a date with you, she is calculating like 10 different things about you instantly. Maybe your hair, maybe your eyes, maybe your nose, maybe the shape of your chin, maybe your teeth, maybe where you are. All of that she instantly calculates into, yes, we're hanging out Thursday night, or no, I will never talk to you. 1 second. Not even 1 second. If you guys showed your schedule for us, we could tell whether or not you're successful. Because that's all with your schedule and your bank account. Show us your schedule and your bank account. You can just skip the group and we'll just tell you what to do differently. PS question. Should we take eBay suggested market price? Okay. No, because eBay suggested market price is not the same as the actual market price. eBay is going to recommend a lower price.
Chris,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor, please?
Please.
Can you look up a pair of Jordan 4 Motorsports and tell me where you would price them? Because if you look at the market, it says 200, 210, 220, 170, 140. So
All right.
Jordan 4 Motorsports, I think it'd be a good way to illustrate your point.
Isaiah, I think that's brilliant because that's what I was actually just thinking about. Is part of it is like, well, I think marketplace is here, but is it actually here or is it up here?
Chris, you use the free, yeah, true, Neil. You use the IV, the Roman numeral to type in for. Now you're fine. There's nothing wrong with using the Roman numeral. I was surprised.
Why?
Go to the results. I was just surprised.
Oh, we were talking pre-owned, right?
Yeah. Just go to the results.
All right, let's see. I'm still rocking one pair of shoes. Okay, here we go.
Yes, sir. So
there's 990 and there are 290 available. So this is a hot shoe, man.
Of course.
Okay. Now,
Yeah. Like, and look, one sold brand new, 174. So like, does that mean you should price them at 80, 90 if yours are used?
okay, what size?
I don't know. Quick, 9.5. Men's
No, what
9.5.
size is the one we're doing? Because that matters.
Oh no, that doesn't matter.
It matters to me,
It won't be a significant difference in pricing. You're gonna lower the amount of
bro.
results you
It
get.
matters.
All right, let's do size 11. Why not?
Okay, there's 39.
Yeah, you made it more complicated now, but
No, I'm
you
not
know,
making it more complicated because when you're dating, you take into consideration every single thing.
yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
usually size 10 and size
You're
11.
telling me the hair color doesn't matter, and it matters.
Oh no, sir.
Okay, everything matters. You're telling me eye color, hair color, personality, none of that matters, and it does.
No, I'm telling you that like brown hair and like slightly less brown hair are like the same thing.
Oh, it matters. So we're talking about this blue and white pair, right?
Yeah, go to Souls. Yeah.
Wait, who's asking questions? I caught somebody up.
No, I was just gonna say I think this is a good example because, and coming back to dating, like how many options do you have? It's just you and one other person in the world. Like you might date that person, and you're kind of whittling down the competition.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like Neil's talking about the DJ booth that he sold with best offer. You might not even need a best offer because if you're competing in women's tops, a woman has thousands and thousands and thousands of options. If you're searching DJ deck or something like these motorsports, a seller or a buyer has limited options. So, you're more likely to be able to obviously get a better price, maybe possibly without best offer.
I know where to price these. I know where to price these items, but you guys tell me.
The reason why I don't limit it by size like this is because now we have a lot fewer results to go through, but there's still enough. Like it's harder to gauge exactly where the market might be because like one of them sold for 99 cents up there. Did you see that one?
You guys tell me, what would you price this pair of Jordan 4 Motorsports? Let's say it's it's been worn for one
Good
season.
condition.
Good condition. Yeah. You guys
So,
tell us
so wouldn't the median price be helpful? And I know that they include that now. I think
what is Terra Peak's average? Can anyone see Terra Peak's average? I'm not in my computer right now.
No, but I think I would price it for $235.
235, even though like the top most recent comp was 202.
Yeah, but there was also 240s
Neil,
in there.
Would you have best offer, Neil?
Boogie says 149 used is what the average is.
Well, the average is okay, guys. Those of you in YouTube land, what do you price it at? It has ridiculously high sell-through rates. So all of them sell every single month for the most part, except for the ones that are probably priced too high. The average median is 149. This includes ones that are beat. This includes ones that are gently worn. What do you price it at? And I'm gonna ask also, what do you price it at? And do you have best offer? And what would you accept on best offer?
$235 best offer.
So why do you price above market?
Well, didn't you say that they were at $245?
Some are.
Yeah, so I would go for $235, which is just under that amount and best offer.
So, but the average is 149. It's still priced at 235.
Oh, 149. If some has sold for if there are some that have sold for 249,
which some have,
there's also a chance that mine could sell for that. Or if you put best offer on as well, somebody might say 180 and you think, actually, I'll take 180.
Okay, so
somebody might also do the 235.
What would you accept?
How much did I pay for them?
130.
If I paid 130, then I would accept 150.
No. Don't do that, Chris. Don't do that. No. Let's say you paid $2.
Hold on, Isaiah.
No. Because if you make it that high, then you change people's price ranges.
I know. Hold on. Okay,
Okay,
Neil, what
my
if you got it for free?
If I got it for free, then maybe I'd take 50 quid.
Oh my God, real, it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter.
I see what you're doing there. My bad, Chris. My
Shouldn't
bad.
matter. No, I'm just saying, like, for me, it doesn't matter what I got them for, because like this is tough because it is, if you list them for what Neil said, 235 for best offer, and let's say you accept 175, which I think is reasonable. If you have it up for 235, you accept 175. That's your bottom line, right? If you do 175 no offer, it would sell faster than 235 with best offer and have to go through the games with the customer, because when you go in and looking through the listings, plenty of them are less than 235. So they may not get the Neils to make an offer because they've, unless they're like looking through every shoe, Neils has the best condition, so they're going to make an offer on his, but that's like something different. There's people going as low as 120, 140.
So would it not be worth having the chance of going at 135? If
235, you mean?
Oh, 235. If
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
got it at that and somebody thinks, actually, yeah, I'll pay that. I like that. I want that. If you put it in at the lower extent, you'll never have the chance of getting the higher. They're never going to say, actually, yours is at 170. I'm going to pay you 235 for it. But
So-
if you've got it at 235, someone has a chance of going, actually, I will pay that amount.
So Neil, I got a question for you. Like, there's also someone on September 19th that sold an 8.5, which is a less desirable size, for 320. Does that make you more willing to go higher, or does that lock you into 235 because you're given a better deal?
I'm just thinking, if something has sold for, or let's make it easy figure, if something has sold for 200,
Mhm.
and there's also some that have sold for 90,
Mhm.
or a 110 or whatever, and I'm trying to work out, where do I price my item at? If they've
Yeah.
recently sold, if one's recently sold at 200,
Mhm.
then I don't see why wouldn't I then put mine down at
Because,
like 180?
okay, because you're overcomplicating it, and your item might sell significantly slower. So that's why I was saying, for a lot of people, instead of playing the bargaining, what do you got kind of
Yeah.
game with people, you just like, if they removed best offer from eBay, like Amazon does not have best offer really, then it becomes a more effective marketplace, because people price it at a price they want to move it. They don't like, they don't play these games. You don't need to play games with customers for them to buy it.
At the moment, probably then, Chris, what I would probably do is put it up at a level I would like to have it sell for. And then maybe see after 2 weeks, well, no, maybe that is too high.
You know, you
Maybe
need, see, that's okay. You just need an encyclopedia to do it that way. So let me give you guys the fastest way to sell this shoe. You guys ready? If the market price is 149, this is how you would do it. You would price your shoes at 148 with best offer. That's how you get the most sales. It would sell the fastest. You're already priced below market, and you're willing to play ball, and you have a coupon, and you have 10% promo listings. Does that make sense? But if you set the shoe at $999 with a 75% sale for the first week, then the second week you do an 80% sale, and now it's $200, and you do 25% promoted listings today. So you mark your item up to $280 so that you can do that. And you just spent 3 days figuring out one listing that doesn't, like, that's where people get caught up. I think this is why the average person does 5 listings in a day, and the people in the group do 5 listings in an hour, because like you just condense it down to where hopefully the 149. If the market's 149, you price at 148 with best offer, with coupon, with promotions, great pictures, great title. Hopefully that makes sense. That's the most desirable. That's the hottest girl in the club.
My problem there, Chris, is still trying to work out what is the market, what is the market level. You know, if you've got if you've got 5 or 6 that have sold for 150, but you've got one that sold for 200. To me, market is still, I mean, depending on the relative time, but if they're in the same kind of time scale, I'll be thinking, well, if mine looks just as good as the one for 200, why don't I sell it for 198?
No, I got you. I understand what you're trying to do. Essentially, you're trying to assess the most possible value you can get for the item within reason. And I totally understand the way that you're calculating it. I'm just saying that every single detail matters. If this is a size 12 Jordan 4 Motorsports, you could do 250, no offer, and still sell it. I'm positive because it's such a hot shoe. It's beautiful. It has a 1000% sell-through rate. I mean, like they sell pretty much within a week of you listing them. They're really, really popular. Shoe looks good, good design, it's cool, easy to match. Like white and blue, two amazing colors. If it was yellow and purple, maybe $79 plus
think
best offer. So it just
what
depends
what
on what it is.
what my problem is if eBay actually had a line and it actually said you put this item in and it actually says this is market, I would always put underneath it. But it's for me, it's mentally trying to work out what is actually the market level.
Well, let me ask you guys, what is the market? That's a good question. What do you guys think the market is?
What someone's willing to pay.
That's a great answer. What someone's willing to pay. Julie?
Well, the market is the mean, right? Like it's not what someone has overpaid. It's not what someone has underpaid, and it's
Yeah.
not the average. It's
Yeah.
the most, the number of items that have sold at this price.
Yeah.
And so when you hit the mean, and eBay gives you the mean, it
Yep.
actually says the suggested price is the mean. And
Yep.
so like if you go with the suggested price and $1 under the suggested price, that's market. I mean not $1 under, but like the mean is the market price, correct?
I'll give you one more caveat for the eBay suggested price. The eBay suggested price factors in all conditions. So like it's going to include some people will put Jordan 4 Motorsports beater in the title because they wore it every single day in the rain. That pair of shoes sells for $13 plus shipping because it's beat up and falling apart, and somebody maybe restores it. That's factored in with the $250 pair that somebody wrote down is pre-owned.
But it's not.
It is.
Because mean is not the median. The mean is not the average. I
No,
mean,
but I'm
it's
saying-
in the list. It's in the list of numbers,
Yeah.
but the mean would be the very middle
No, I know,
of
but
all the numbers.
both shoes are used to calculate the mean and the median. Both shoes are in the equation because the median
Right.
is
Okay.
the
Right.
middle.
Right.
So
right.
both
Okay,
shoes
okay.
count. So my point is when you have both shoes count. When you have a shoe that someone's in the group and they're very careful and they're like, this shoe is perfect, but somebody tried it on. The laces aren't crispy and the box has a slight scratch on it. For 99% of people, that's a brand new shoe. For somebody that's very careful, they're like, it is brand new. It probably hasn't been worn outside, but somebody tied the laces and they put their foot into it. There was a piece of sock lint. I took it out. It's pristine, but I wouldn't call it new because it's not like new from Foot Locker, right? That is the same as the person that wore it in the rain every day for 30 days. It's calculated in the mean and the median. So that's why I don't use the eBay suggested price because it's
Because of the variables, because
It's
of
an
all
estimate.
the variables.
It's an estimate.
And because of all the variables, there's just too many variables in order for that to be accurate.
I don't have a good analogy for this one. I know someone's joking online, but it's just like all these things. Like if you are curious about all the details and how all of this works, like if you're curious, like how does eBay come up with a suggested price? Right. And you look at Terapeak and you go, okay, this is the mean or this is the median, or you try to go into it. And some people don't even have the suggested price on their browser. Right. So you might think, why don't some people have this suggested price in their browser? Maybe they're using a different browser. If you just think about why all these things work, I think you'll be fine because there's a million factors for all of these. I can't believe the baby's still asleep. Impressive. Usually she wakes up at 6:20, so I've been able to hang out on the call. What's up, Mike? Oh, Mike and Mimi.
Yeah, just quick. Market price also, like, I mean, we have a specific market price. I mean, some people will only pay $1 for a shirt and then they'll sell it for $100. So market price also, is a part.
Oh, sorry, Mike, I accidentally muted you.
That's okay. That's okay. But basically what I was saying is that market price also includes like what's your average. Like, I mean, if I go into a thrift store and I pay $5 for a shirt, that's my market price. I might then turn that around and sell it for 20. But I mean, there's also like, how long do I want to wait for the market price, like the full value of the item versus taking 10 and just turn.
I'm gonna hang out until the baby wakes up. I agree with you. So I think that, and I have the monitor. Somebody asked me to check on her. I have the baby monitor. Okay, so one more thought here. Do you guys think that eBay is really dead? Because they had like $200 million in sales yesterday. You know how some people say, like, I'm gonna make it work no matter what? Why are people like that? How come some people are gonna make it work no matter what, and other people, anything throws them off track? What's the difference? Mindset? Because we're all people on YouTube. How come some people, like, their socks weren't where they thought they were and their day is ruined? Like, they can't do it today. Today's over. But then other people, like, they come home, they find out they lost their job, they find out their kid is sick, and they still get their listings up. It's amazing. I don't think it's because they're lazy. I think even I consider myself kind of lazy. I just think it's I just do it anyway. But we've been doing this call for 5 years or 6 years. However long, February of 2017 is when I started doing this call. I've been doing it the whole time. I still learn things every day, try to figure it out. Wait, Annette, what about eBay and Long John Silver's? Long John Silver's, is that a fish store? What is that?
It's a fast food seafood restaurant.
Yeah, fast food seafood place.
But I thought it hilarious that eBay was third and Long John Silver's is seventh of online commerce. So
I love it. That means they sell a lot of fish online.
yep.
I'm a fan.
And they still sell more than Poshmark.
Chris, I have a question.
Yes.
You said that when you had your new store, you didn't offer best offer.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because I need to spend all my time finding good items.
And how long did it take to sell your first item?
An hour. Not even. When I posted all my baby books, they sold immediately. There's so many people looking for these baby books. Happiest Baby on the Block, Baby Wise, Bringing Back Bebe. All the books related to sleep training sell instantly, but they only make a few cents. Like,
what about clothes? How long did it take to sell your first clothes?
Clothes, probably the first few sets of clothes took me under a week to sell. And then the only thing that didn't sell was a Pendleton t-shirt. Like the first 30 days, the only shirt that did not sell was a Pendleton t-shirt. And I don't know why. That's like I think maybe it was it had a stain on it, a small stain, so no one bought it. But even at $1 plus shipping, I couldn't sell that Pendleton shirt for like 6 weeks. That took a long time. Everything else sold right away. Mm-hmm. And so to give you an example, Daisy, in the beginning, because I didn't waste any time with best offer or customer service, I also didn't have any questions. Like the first week in my eBay store, nobody asked any questions. So I didn't answer any questions. I didn't do any promotions. I didn't mess with an eBay store. I didn't do any of that. All I did was look for Madewell. If I'm being honest, all I did was look for Madewell, and I found a pair of Acne jeans, and that pair of jeans sells for $79.99 normally, and I priced it at $29.99. It sold, I think, the same day. Everything sold pretty much the same day. I had a over 100% sell-through rate for the first 6 weeks. Everything was selling in 30 days or less.
Amazing.
But it's because I didn't waste any time Like, okay, this is me, because we're going to end on my dating analogy. There's a lot of work I've already put into trying to be awesome, right? So if you go onto a dating profile and you say, I've been working on my personality for 10 years. I've been working on my career for 10 years. I've been working on being a better listener for 10 years. I'm trying to be the best person that I can. And I have all these things, right? You have way more of an advantage than someone that's going onto a dating site with none of that. So I have all these things that I know already and price, and I'm not wasting time. So my goal is to get married as soon as possible. That's why I love Married at First Sight. I love all these love shows because I want to see if they can figure it out, and they can't. All these relationship shows don't work because people don't have enough time to get to know each other. It's hard to match up. But I love it. I love dating shows. I want to see, is it going to work? On paper, it works, and rarely does it work.
Okay,
Jeannie,
but on the other hand, if you had to work on all that stuff for 10 years,
yeah,
I'd be like, that's a red flag. It took you 10 years to figure some of that out.
Yeah, it'd be
That's
like,
true.
why aren't you already married, Chris? You know, that would
I
be,
know.
that would be
But
the question.
I feel like my wife, if I did something bad, like I cheated on her or whatever, something horrible happened, the next day she could have another husband. There's like people waiting in line for somebody like her. So like, it's like very desirable. So I just think about like, I don't know, all that work you put in. So like 10 years of work is different than it took you 10 years to figure it out. Jeannie, what's up?
Okay, so my husband and I got married in 11 days after meeting each other, and we've been married for 17 and a half years or something like that.
That's amazing.
And you're right. We put a lot of, we got married young. I was 23 and he was 24. That we both had, jobs and were successful. So we were able to, we had those things going for us, but we still had to figure it out. Like you said, we still had to work at it. It's not like, people don't know you don't know how to be a parent, just like you don't know how to be a spouse, right? And so it took us a while to figure it out, but it is possible.
I agree. Tice, what's up?
So where do we draw the line versus of like the pricing? Because I'm still back to the pricing conversation we had earlier in the call, where because we reviewed a store and we called them lazy because they had just one price across the board. But then we're also talking about keeping our prices underpriced if we want to sell them fast. So like, where do we draw the line between like being lazy and paying under market or being competitive in pricing? Because like, for example, I sell a lot of American Eagle jeans. Like, how do I not make myself look lazy when I know all the American Eagle jeans? Like even you suggested I would sell for $14.95 all American Eagle jeans all day, every day.
Okay, this is a great question. The answer is that you have to actually do the work for every single item. So as an example, Lucky Brand is one of my top selling jeans, even though Lucky Brand itself, not a good brand. Yesterday, we saw a pair of, or either yesterday or Monday, we reviewed a store with a pair of Lucky Brand sweet and low jeans, low rise, small size. Actually, not even a small size, low rise size 10, because a small size would be like 0 or 2. And we were looking at the solds, and somebody was selling a pair for $9.99, including shipping. So like, and it still didn't sell. So there's like a combination of jeans is a tough category because there's so many different styles, so many different sizes, and so many different conditions. So the non-lazy way to do it is to have every single item. You go in there and take a look. Okay, this is low rise, but also skinny. Okay, so low rise, skinny, maybe this does sell well. Low rise, larger size, maybe that doesn't sell well. High rise, larger, high rise currently is on trend, so most sizes it sells well, but you got to go in there and manually decide on each one. It's time consuming, but the more of an expert you are, like Andy, when he talks about jeans and goes over all the different types of material, ages, tags, sizes, what's in, what's not. And when Matt was in the group and he was talking about what sells well and how he likes bigger sizes, and really what sells well in jeans is almost always high rise skinny. Like if you just spent most of your time buying high-rise skinny, your pricing would be less sensitive. Does that make sense, Tice? Like high-rise skinny is so popular.
Okay, but here's my little
Yeah.
on, because then we're going to go back to shift to Jen's original question was like, okay, if I know for myself, American Eagle sells, for example, $15 to $20, I'm going to price it at $24.95. But if I price it at $24.95, in your eyes, based off my interpretation of what you said previously when we went over like the American Eagle, you say that's too high of a market. But I know I have best offer. I know I have a coupon. So it's like, I know it sells for 15, 20. So you want me right off the bat to price it at 20? Like I'm trying to understand like that,
Yes.
your mindset
Okay,
about that.
Let's use that example. Let's say that we have a pair of American Eagle jeans, which for me, that's not specific enough. But let's just say we pick American Eagle jeans and we're trying to do a blanket for the brand. I'd probably price at $18.99 or $19.99 plus shipping. And I would set auto accept on 12 plus shipping, not auto decline, because now I have plenty of time to answer offers. So anything above $12 I would accept, because American Eagle jeans are very common. So if I price at 20, there's lots of people pricing them at $24.99. So I want to rank higher. I would price at either $18.99 or $19.99. If I really wanted to be aggressive, I might go $14.99, no best offer. It would sell. If I wanted to save time and have the highest ranking, because $14.99 ranks higher than $24.99 with best offer. And Boogie in the chat is saying the average is $16.40. That sounds right. I've sold thousands of pairs of American Eagle jeans. I feel like you can go $14.99 plus shipping. It'll sell. If you really know your American Eagle jeans, let's say like Pittsburgh Mike, some American Eagle jeans sell for $29.99 plus shipping. All like immediately. But you have to know which ones. You have to know what size, what wash, what cut, what generation. And there's more work to it. Mimi, do you have a question?
Yes, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wrote the question on the chat. How did you restart your store in the past?
So when I restarted the store, I did all the work model. So I got an item, I researched all the market. I looked at every single, because in the beginning I had no money. So I had to look at every single item and see how can it sell. I even sold a book for a 50-cent loss in the beginning, because I'm like, I don't have any feedback. So I'm going to sell this book for $2.99, even though I lose a few cents, because I have to get the store going. And this book is really popular. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My question is, you restarted your store.
Yeah.
You mentioned something like that with take on the other conversation.
Oh yeah. So timeline is in last year in August, I did the Restar Nirvana store. About this time, 74 days later, it was making $1,000 a week. Then I thought, wow, my big store is making like, I don't know, $2,000 to $3,000 a week, but it's way bigger. It's 20 times bigger. So at that point, I discounted my store so it was 28,000 items. I discounted it and I got down to around 7,000 items by November, just discounting it and continuing. I continued my listing goal of, I think 140 a day. And I discounted my store all the way until it was like 7,000 items. So during that time, I was selling way more than I was listing for many months to shrink the store down. And then because it was so fast to do the text way, I do text way minus airdrop, and vertical flat lay, a couple other things, and I bag. But my process takes a few seconds longer than text, but the picking process is really fast. So when I switched in November, I shut down a 7,000 item store and redid the whole thing. And by April, I was back up to 7,000 items before I got suspended. So it only took me 5 months to get back to.
So when you say you shut down, you open a new account?
No, I use the same account, but I just took all the items down.
Okay.
And I ended all the listings.
Okay. I'm thinking to do that. So I have to delete everything and start all over, right?
You can, but you need to know how to do it before you do that.
What do you mean?
Like if you take down all your items and start over and do it the same way that you did it the first time, then you'll be back in the same position. You
No.
have to learn how to sell items like from scratch, and some items sell for less. Like, okay, like Mark in the chat is saying that he sells them for $12 plus shipping. I know that's kind of like where people like to offer on American Eagle jeans. People like to offer $10 or $12. So I have auto accept at 12 because if it's 12, it just accepts the offer and then we're ready to roll. If it comes in at 10, I can just counter offer 12. And usually it's a deal. If it comes in at $1, I still counter offer 12. So if you can set the parameter in your brain, but if you're just starting and you do American Eagle jeans and you price them for $12 plus shipping, they're going to sell even if you're brand new. You don't need previous sales history because that's a good deal. I think American Eagle jeans are $70 at the mall. So like, or more. How much are American Eagle jeans at the mall? They might be over 100. Oh, 50. Ty says 50.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Thank you.
Abercrombie is 80 to 100. Really? Is it that low? I didn't realize American Eagle was that affordable.
Yeah, Abercrombie is taking the cake now with 80 to 100.
Dang, I can't believe the baby's still asleep. Guys, this is insane.
Why are you complaining? Didn't you want to sleep train her?
I'm trying to, because she wakes up at 6:20 every day. It's 7:20, right? She's tired.
This is a good win.
I know,
Enjoy
it's a
it.
good thing. It's a good thing. It might be a growth spurt. Hey, maybe my wife's the one that wakes her up. That's interesting. Oh, that, you know what? That might be true because so my wife's gone for 4 days. The last time my wife was gone, my daughter slept a lot. She did the full interesting. Maybe my wife is waking her up. That's very interesting. So guys, just for fun, let's have Isaiah continue the beginner call today on YouTube. So guys, every day at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I usually hang out with my baby because she's usually awake. But Isaiah, is there any beginner questions that you guys want to ask in the chat, and Isaiah can take over?
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Oh, I got a question for you. I got a beginner question for you real quick.
Go for it.
How do you know that your baby has woken up?
A baby monitor.
What do you mean? Like it starts making noise telling you that?
Oh, I guess she makes a noise. That's how I know.
Okay, so and it picks up that noise and transmits it to you.
Oh no, I can hear it.
Okay, I see. I thought I thought babies just wake up crying immediately, and I'm just like, oh.
No. Sometimes she wakes up and she just sits there. She'll sit up sometimes. I'm gonna go get her, so we'll hang out with her. Okay. Because I need to feed her. Hold on. Or go ahead.
Completely unaware of how this works. Let's go with Jen. Oh, maybe were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know if anyone's having this problem this morning, but I download my sales report every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning it is not downloading all of the sales. It's missing 4 sales, and there's no duplicate buyers. There's no bundled items, but it's missing sales on the report. 4. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but don't trust your download report today.
All right. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that.
Tech gave us a website that you can see. It's ebay.com/systems.
I think it's SRS.
STS.
Yeah, something like that.
Something technical, something. Yeah, I can't remember, but it tells you which programs are running and which are not. She listening?
It's ebay.com/STS.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Melissa put it in the chat.
Let's go with Annette.
Thank you. Combined shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had anyone luckily ask me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that there's a good process for it. I just don't know how. I wondered if we could cover that briefly.
Yeah, there's like 3 different ways of doing it, but upside for you is like I made a long form video with Chris that shows you all of those different ways. Chris, since you're still here, are you able to link that video in the chat for us? The video about combined shipping? Yeah. So like that video would be great, but like the easiest way for you to do it without having to set up like a bunch of business policies and stuff like that would be take your, like, let's say a person buys 2 or 3 items. When they're on your awaiting payment page, you can go, there's a button on that little drop down that says send invoice. And then you can send them an invoice and reduce the shipping from there. And that'll probably be the easiest way to do it. And then you just kind of got to think about how exactly you want to ship that item. So like if you have, you know, 2 pairs of jeans or something, you can stuff them in a padded flat rate envelope. And then let's say they pay $20 for the shipping all in, you can charge them like $12 or something and then ship it to them. So that's probably the easiest way. Do you know where your awaiting payment page is?
Underselling.
Yeah. So in your selling, you go to orders. Like in your seller hub, you know, it says overview, orders, listing, marketing. If you go to orders, there's a tab on that left side that says awaiting payment. And on any of those drop downs, you'll see send invoice. Give me just a second to log into my computer and I'll show you exactly how to do it. I always believe that I'm not going to end up screen sharing, but I always end up screen sharing every day.
Chris, what's your daughter's name? I'm new to the group.
Natalie.
Natalie.
Hold on a second, Isaiah. Let's see if everybody see. Say hi. Say hi.
Did you wake her up? Like you're just like, hey, get up, baby.
No, I woke her up because I don't think she's supposed to sleep that long.
Yeah. But she looks so awake already. Like she doesn't look like she just woke up. She's like,
Good morning, Natalie. Hi,
the
baby.
advancements in sippy cups.
She's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Getting so big.
Go ahead, Isaiah.
I'm trying to get my screen share on real quick. So no stress.
Getting big. I know, right? Everybody like, at least for the baby. Don't like for me. Don't like for my dating advice.
If you had a dating show, Chris, while I'm pulling this up, what would you call it?
Nobody wants to date the current version of you.
You're just a little too brutal, Chris.
I'm just being honest. Like,
just a little too brutal.
Let's try to be a better person before people want to date you.
Yeah, all that energy. All right. So, Annette, can you see my screen? I think you said yes. I saw your face, but you're muted right now. So, like on your orders page, you can like you hit orders, and then on this left side it says awaiting payment. So I don't have a bundle right now, but if I did, like this little drop down says send invoice. Where is it? I don't see the send invoice. Oh, these are the ones that are meant to be shipped. Give me a second. It's not working.
No, you went back to waiting shipment.
Did I really?
Yeah, you didn't go to waiting payment.
I'm tripping. I'm sorry.
Back on the same thing.
My bad.
Yes.
All right. So from this one, the one that I was trying to show you, you just hit this little drop down right here. And this drop down, oh, the button's right there, actually. You just click send invoice. And then from this invoice, it allows you to adjust the shipping. I can't show you this because we're on YouTube. I don't want to like show someone's address, but like from that button where it says send invoice, you're able to send them like a reduced invoice. I can't hear you right now, Annette. You're muted.
It automatically knows what the bundled group would be.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna pull all the items from that order. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
to make it easier, because like sometimes people would like if they buy it now, like they completely buy the item, it's harder to do that because that button wouldn't be there. It'll be in your awaiting shipment rather than your awaiting payment. And in that case, there's another button over there that says send refund, and you can just refund them the shipping that you're gonna do.
I wondered what that was for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, let's say, and there's an option that says shipping adjustment. So let's say the shipping was $20. You guys agreed on 12. You refund them $8. We're pretty good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. And in that other case, to make it easier across the board, when someone wants to bundle something, just say, hey, send me offers on everything that you want, and then don't pay for it. And I'll send you a combined invoice with the shipping. And that just makes it the whole process a lot easier than like any of the other options. All right. What else we got?
Guys, Isaiah does the beginner call every day, Monday through Friday, so you can ask questions, although you can ask any level question in any of the calls. So I just want to clarify for Shell's World. She says she's confused. Is it best to price the item at the price you want or slightly higher and best offer or coupon code?
I can debate this all day, Chris.
None of those. So don't price at the price you want. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Price at the market price.
Yeah.
And if you're going to use best offer or coupon code, that's below market price.
Mhm.
Don't mark above with the hope that we don't operate on hope on this group. We operate on reality.
So is that based upon like what gives you the best sell-through rate? Like, is that the metric that you're prioritizing, like sell-through rate? Because like if we price those motorsports at 149, by the way, you got mad at me for pricing those motorsports at 149. Like
no, you said 80. You said like 80 or 70.
Yeah, whatever. Like mine were in worse condition than
You said like 80 or 70 dollars and you hurt my feelings.
What's the difference?
You hurt my feelings.
There's no difference.
It's not worth 70 or 80 dollars.
So like there's
that made
no
me sad.
Huh?
It made me sad.
Maybe the $150 ones are
disrespected Jordan brand by pricing them so low. That's how I felt.
Like that, but that's how I feel now. You know what I mean? Like,
no, okay, this is weird. This is weird. I actually get offended.
Yeah.
I'm like, Michael Jordan, he balled for 2 decades and you sell his shoes for $70. That's an insult. So hold on a second. Like, this is the same thing with people who order UPS labels and then use them for eBay. I don't like that. Even though UPS is a big company, multi-billion-dollar company, I don't like stealing from UPS. I don't like that. I'm like, that could be us. We could own a big company and people, like somebody told me, I don't have to buy toilet paper. I just steal it from the convenience store. Bro.
How do you steal toilet paper?
What is that? That's horrible. I don't like. That's the same thing. You stealing toilet paper from the convenience store is the same thing as stealing labels from UPS. You selling those shoes for $70 hurts my feelings.
Oh, I was about to say it's not stealing. I didn't steal from anyone.
You stole from yourself. Stole from yourself by pricing them too low. That's too low.
I agree. But you see, that means that there is a such thing as too low, and
that's too low. Yes.
There's so many factors in this thing because like with those shoes. Depending on condition, I probably would have priced them like $275, and I was ready for best offers to roll out. And if I would have gotten $220, awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. We have this call going on 24 hours a day. Appreciate y'all. Everyone have a good one. Baby says hi. Baby,
eBay Open is in 30 minutes.
Wait, what's in 30 minutes?
eBay Open.
eBay Open. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye.
She's like, it's way too many people on your screen this time, Dad.
Bye,
You've
Natalie.
been using the sleep sack, which is
bye, baby.
Awesome.
I was wondering what that was. Oh.
The blanket.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So she doesn't wake up crying. She just wakes up.
She doesn't wake up crying. No. Say hi. How come you're so shy?
Natalie, hi, baby.
Say hi.
Say bye.
She needs to change. She likes to dance.
She's so cute, Chris. So cute.
There she go. There she goes.
Oh
my God, she's so cute.
She's yawning. Hey.
I wonder if she's gonna be tall. How tall are babies usually?
You double their height when they're 2, when they turn 2.
You double their height when they turn 2? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's approximately how tall they'll be.
Say hi. Say hi, YouTube.
Think she's gonna grow up thinking the TV talks to her?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hello, Natalie. Hello. Hi.
She hasn't said anything this morning.
She's listening though. She's starting to smile.
She's listening. She absorbs a lot.
Hey, baby. Oh, she's still waking up.
You sleepy?
Me too.
Maybe. What's this say? What's this say?
Papa.
Ha! Understands.
There you go.
She speaks Chinese. So we have a daycare. She's in the all Cantonese daycare. So I speak Mandarin to her, and then my wife speaks Cantonese to her, and she'll learn English in school.
Wait, So
That's
like
awesome.
so this is the only time that you're speaking English, Chris, in the house?
I try to speak to her only in Mandarin.
Oh, wow.
I'm the same level as baby in Mandarin.
Yeah.
We're at the same level. So, but all right, I gotta go. Everyone have a
This
wonderful
whole
day.
time I thought you were Korean.